To Sknowledge. This is a how-to video teaching you all the ins and outs of recording Sknowledge observations and measurements in the field. My name is Ada, and I will be your guide today. First things first, you need to choose a location. Most of you will use your schoolyard as your observation site. I'm using a small park near my house. Now each time you head outside to complete a Sknowledge observation, you should look to collect at least 10 sets of measurements. However, these measurements should be distinct from one another to accurately track a local variability. This is an image of the park near my house and the location of each of the 10 measurement sites. Remember to spread out and collect your measurements from different locations in your schoolyard. When you actually head outside to collect your measurements, first record the date and time of observation. And now we get to the fun part. Let's use the thermometers in the Sknowledge kits to record the air temperature at your site. Temperature should be recorded in degrees Celsius, which is displayed on the right side of the thermometer. It is important that we take accurate measurements, so hold the thermometer out of direct sunlight and make sure that you only hold the edges of the plastic case or add a string to the thermometer so you aren't reading your body temperature. Also, take a few moments at your site before reading the temperature to allow the thermometer to acclimatize to the outside temperatures. Today it looks like the temperature is -1 degree Celsius, so I'm going to report that number on my data collection worksheet. And now we get to look at cloud cover. Look directly above you and decide whether you see A, full sun and a clear sky, B, a mix of sun and cloud, or C, full cloud. Now this next observation is where we get to look for snow. We're first going to observe whether there is snow on the ground. This is a yes or no question, so record your answer on your worksheet. If there is snow on the ground, you get to use another piece of equipment from your Sknowledge kit, the meter stick. That's what I'm doing right now. I know there isn't any snow, I'm just demonstrating the correct protocol for measuring snow depth. You want to make sure the 0 centimeter end is towards the ground, and you want to put the meter stick into the snow until you can feel it touch the ground. Make sure to crouch down so you're at eye level with the snow and record the depth in centimeters. If there is snow on the ground but not enough to measure, such as a dusting of snow, report 0 centimeters of snow in the snow depth column and add trace amounts of snow to the field notes section. The place you choose to measure snow depth should be an undisturbed site, some place where people and animals have not walked. This can be tricky, so just do your best to find an area with undisturbed snow. Unfortunately, there is no snow on the ground right now, so I'm unable to demonstrate the most fun step of this citizen science project, making a snowball. If there is snow on the ground, you want to try and make a snowball. After you attempt that, look to the bottom of your data collection worksheet and figure out which option best describes your snowball. Maybe the snow was too icy or fluffy, so you couldn't actually make a snowball. Or maybe the snow was so wet that when you made the snowball, your hands got soaked. Or just maybe you made a perfect snowball. We want to know, so record your observations on your data collection worksheet. Here, I'm going to go through all those observations again. Reading air temperature out of direct sunlight, keeping the thermometer away from my body. Looking up and observing cloud cover. And also looking down to observe whether there is snow on the ground. Make sure to keep track of all your measurements as you go along. Now the very last step in this process is filling in any field notes from your observations. I'm sure you all must have noticed how foggy it is in the video, so I'm going to write foggy in the field notes column. If it rained the day before or there was a super heavy snowfall, these are other observations you could add to the field notes. Add any weather or environmental conditions to this section. Here is my finished data collection worksheet. Make sure to add this amazing data to the Sknowledge website so it can be used for science. Even if there isn't any snow on the ground, still head outside to measure the other variables. It is just as important for scientists to know when there is snow on the ground versus when there is not. Thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful.